there gamer bugs, Silksong has only been out for a few days, but it's already crushing expectations. I've yet to encounter any real issue with the game, except of course that it loves to scrub the floor with my little hunter. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like and subscribe for more Hollow Lily, and let me know which game you prefer in the comments below. Team Cherry has taken Hollow Knight's formula and expanded on it masterfully. The two contrast each other at their very core. Hollow Knight is all about soul and the void, while Silksong focuses on, well, silk and music. Hollow Knight deals with themes of introspection and quiet reflection, while Silksong has a much more expressive tone. Before we went beneath the surface to find an underground labyrinth, this time we're ascending to the very peak of the kingdom as our ultimate goal. And let's not forget the ghost came to Hollow Nest willingly, whereas Hornet arrived in Farloom bound and imprisoned. The good. Okay, so this has been most new players' complaint with the game, the movement of your character. Gone are the days of down strike, dash, and basic blast. You are much more versatile in Silksong, be that for better or worse. In Hollow Knight, you could beat the majority of the main bosses without using your late game abilities. But this is absolutely not the case anymore. You will need to master your movement to bring low your enemies. My favorite is actually the run, which you can use in combination with a bigger jump or a far-reaching strike. Silksong doesn't hold your hand, it's true, but there are small ways that the game uses to give you an edge. Activated lifts will bring themselves to your level, and the first village is stacked with a merchant, fast travel point, map friend, and possibly even more. It's really like the devs are saying, oh look, we're on your side. Now go fight the most aggressive, unpredictable, double damage dealing boss you've ever seen. I'm getting Trader Lord flashbacks of the worst kind. But it's not all that hopeless. Your newfound abilities will have you running circles around any foes once you get over the initial fear and notice their attack patterns. Patience and perseverance will be your greatest allies. Fight weak enemies to learn your new moves, and hey, if you're really stuck, there's usually a route you haven't checked out yet. There's even different weapon types suited for different encounters. Farloom boasts much more colorful environments than Hollow Nest, where everything started out gray and slowly turned a deep shade of pain. There were contrasting areas, but the variety and color palette of Silksong is definitely next level. There's also much higher level character animation. This means bosses and enemies, but also Hornet herself. Her animation is silky smooth, and once you get the hang of her movement, it feels like you're gliding through the levels. The soundtrack is also divine. I wouldn't compare it to the last game since it's beautiful in its own right. A mysterious string sound takes center stage, which is fitting for a game filled with silk strings and silk abilities. Not to mention, there are many more singing NPCs and the musical elements woven into the fabric of Farloom. Who can forget your fast-traveling friend who can be called by these big swinging bells? I wonder what part music will play in the greater lore. So far, we know that this kingdom was built on the shells of noble bugs, but only time will tell how literal this is. Who can forget the banker who basically scammed you out of your hard-earned geo? This time, however, you can actually secure your money for later use. I'm talking about rosary necklaces, of course. Like the money pouches from Sekiro, these allow you to sacrifice some of your money in exchange for a stash that does not drop when you die. Best used to save up for valuable merchant items, and they can also be found hidden throughout the world. There are actually a few different items to amass, but beads are your main currency and is used to purchase the most valuable items and upgrades. One of the most frustrating parts of a difficult boss can be the journey to get back to the fight. The runbacks in Hollow Knight were atrocious at times. That's right, I'm looking at you, Hive. Even though runback length vary in Silksong, your hornet is so nimble that it gets pretty easy dodging the foes in your path. Our first village is populated by pilgrims hoping to reach the kingdom's summit and bow before the citadel. But just around the corner you can find these very same pilgrims driven mad by something. This little one has kept her sanity with a song in her heart and a little chime in her hand. As I said before, there are many more singing NPCs in Silksong. Not only that, but their melodies are more complex too. And some even use instruments. When you hear a lone voice echoing through the kingdom, follow the sound to meet its makers. I love this concept since it lets you already guess who you're gonna find before you even see them. Hollow Knight's NPCs were much like Dark Souls friends. They meet you through your help or rescue, then you find them again further along your journey until they either die or go insane. Silksong lets them request items or tasks from you, which gets its own progress tab in the menu. Completing quests can advance merchants' shop items or NPC positions in the world. Silksong boasts a wider range of movement than what we had before. This makes jumping puzzles a bit more intense, but things can go somewhat smoother once you unlock the dash and floating abilities. Besides these, your weapon gets more depth as well. It gets different forms, like a quicker, lighter form or a slower, heavier form. Each weapon form can take charms, now called tools, of different colors. You can expand these tool slots to hold more at a time, and it brings a new level of customization to your loadout. Again, this is an area where Hollow Knight kept it simple, and the higher complexity means a good loadout will carry more value in combat. My favorite part about these games is uncovering secret treasures, bosses, and areas. And Silksong dials it up to 11. Slap everything, and your curiosity will be rewarded with a lot more secrets and hidden items to collect or use. I'll be sure to slap together the best ones in a future video. The bad. Silksong's gameplay feels very rewarding once you get the hang of it. Unfortunately, this satisfaction comes at the price of a steep learning curve. This was the case in the first installment as well, but I feel like it did a better job of easing you into things. Silksong assumes your existing skills, which can be a turnoff for some. If you do find yourself absolutely hating the game, I might suggest trying out the OG game first. Levels will have a map vendor hidden somewhere. Unfortunately, your map friend can now sell multiple maps at a time, meaning you need more cash on hand, and meaning some levels won't have her at all. Now, she will be chilling by the starting area in case you completely missed her, but still, Silksong offers access to more areas at the start, so getting lost is not just bad luck, it's inevitable. Even from the first area, you will find enemies dealing double damage. This was a late game introduction in Hollow Knight, which was only dealt by colossal enemies or the infamous Traitor Lord. This is kinda negated by your stronger heal, but some do 2 quick hits, making a total of 4 damage. Not a fan. You will lose your loot at some point, get betrayed by the environment, or get blindsided by the RNG moments before slaying a strong foe. These things are part of Hornet's journey and make for an incredible feeling when tasting success. But it's definitely not for the weak. The movement upgrades are scattered far and wide, where in Hollow Knight you at least got the dash and wall jump fairly early. Spotting your mistakes and reloading for another try is the core gameplay loop, and I've spent some more time banging my head against the wall than actually enjoying and exploring the game so far. And there you have it, things that make Silksong better and worse than Hollow Knight. I've been having a blast playing through Silksong, but there's definitely tons I haven't found yet. In terms of YouTube content, I've mostly seen guides on how to maximize your money fast, and people crying about the Savage Beast Fly and Moorwing, which I did beat after about 40 or 50 tries respectively, so hopefully the algorithm looks favorably upon this one. Also, Little Witch in the Woods is coming out next week, so expect a video on that as well. As always, your support means the world to me, so thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more classic Ezlilyy content. For now, I will see you in the next video. Bye bye!